Bắt đầu.
He will work for gas. Joe went to the gas station. Can I have a job? He asked. The owner said, maybe you can have a job. Can you count money? Can you put gas in the car? Yes, said Joe. I can count money. I can put gas in the car. So, can I have a job? There's just one problem, said the owner. I cannot pay you with money. You cannot pay me with money? Asked Joe. What good is that? What will you pay me with? Bananas? No, said the owner. I won't pay you with bananas. You aren't a monkey, are you? No, I will pay you with a gasoline. Have lots of gasoline. It's a deal. My car uses lots of gasoline, said Joe. A book sale. He was a famous cartoonist. He drew political cartoons. His cartoons make fun of presidents. His cartoon makes fun of vice presidents. His cartoon makes fun of hundreds. Politicians hate him. Ordinary people love him. His name was Paul. He put 400 of his cartoons in a book. He sold the book at a book fair. Many people bought the book. He signed the book for everyone. He autographed the book for everyone. Why are you selling this book? Do you need extra money? Becky asked. Yes, I need extra money, Paul said. The newspaper laid me off. They said my cartoons are mean. My cartoon makes the politicians cry. But your cartoons tell the truth, Becky said. Yes, and the truth hurts, said Paul. House prices go up. Jack paid $100,000 for his house. He had bought his house 30 years ago. It was a big house. It had 4 bedrooms. It had 4 bathrooms. Jack was alone. His wife had died. His children are moved out. His house was too big for one man. He decided to sell his house. He called up a real estate agent. She visited Jack. She looked at his house. She looked at all the rooms. She looked at the front yard. She looked at the backyard. She looked at the garage. She looked at the garage. This is a beautiful house, she said. I think this house will sell for $500. Jack said, that's great. I will give $300 to my child. I will buy a small house for $200. The new neighbor. A new neighbor moved in. Will the new neighbor be quiet? Liz wondered. The new neighbor wasn't quiet. The new neighbor was loud. He played his TV loud. He played his music loud. He talked on the phone loud. Loud, loud, loud. He slammed the door when he left his apartment. He slammed the door when he entered his apartment. Slime, slime, slime. He had a basketball. He bounced the basketball everywhere. He bounced it on his apartment floor. He bounced against his apartment wall. He bounced off his apartment ceiling. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Liz asked him to be quiet. Please be quiet, she asked. I will not be quiet, he said. Liz wanted to kill the new neighbor. Kill, kill, kill. Don't pick up the trash. Each September, volunteers clean up the beach. Hundreds of volunteers clean up the beach. They carry empty trash bags. They pick up trash. They fill up the trash bags. They fill up hundreds of trash bags. They put all the trash bags into trucks. The trucks take the trash bags to the landfill. The trash goes from the beach to the landfill. Every year, there's more beach trash. Every year, there's more landfill trash. Jill picked up trash for 3 years. Finally, she said, people leave trash here every year. They know we will pick it up. We shouldn't pick it up. In a few years, trash will cover this beach. People will stop coming here. They will stop leaving trash here. Copycat, copycat. Lucy had a cat. His name is Peter. Peter was 14 years old. 14 is old for cat. What can I do? Lucy asked her dad. Peter is old. He will die soon. I will miss him so much, Dad said. Why don't you clone him? They will make a brand new Peter for you. It will look like Peter. It will walk like Peter. It will meow like Peter. It will love you like Peter. But it will be a kitten. It won't be an old cat. It will be a new kitten. You can have a new Peter for 14 more years. Dad, said Lucy, that's a great idea. Then, when my new Peter is 14, I can get another new Peter. A loud party. I'm calling the police, Barry said. I'm glad you are calling the police, Ruth said. Barry and Ruth had a nice house. They had a nice, quiet house. They had nice neighbors. They had nice, quiet neighbors. But today, their neighbors were not quiet. They were having a pool party. Everyone was drinking. Everyone is talking loud. Everyone was jumping to the pool. Loud music was playing. Car horns are honking. Barry and Ruth closed all their windows, but they still heard the party. Barry called the police. The policeman said, We'll be there in an hour or two. Barry asked, Why not sooner? The mayor's having a big party, the police said. Most of our officers are protecting the mayor and his guests. Chop down the trees. You have to chop down those 2 trees, said the fire control engine. Why do you have to chop down those 2 trees? Asked Daniel. Because those 2 trees are a fire hazard, said the fire control agent. All trees are a fire hazard, said Daniel. Yes, but those 2 trees are a super fire hazard, said the agent. Urgent. Why are those 2 trees a super fire hazard? Daniel said. Because those 2 trees are right next to your house. Chop them down, he said. Daniel was poor. She couldn't afford to pay people to chop the trees down. The agent, chop them down, or I will fine you. The next day, she poured gasoline on both trees. Then she set them on fire. Sleep in or get up. They drove to the park. They got in line. Many cars were in front of them. They should have gotten up early. We should have gotten up early, said Mom. I know, said Dad. We should not have slept in. I know, said Mom. But sometimes it's nice to sleep, especially on the weekend. Weekends are for sleeping. The line moved slowly. Finally, they were at the front of the line. I'm sorry, said the park ranger. We're closed. What? Said Dad. It's not even noon. How can you be closed? The ranger said the parking lot was full. There was no place to park. He said to the come back tomorrow. Don't sleep in, said the ranger. The early birds get the worm. Learn to swim. It was summer. Swim classes were beginning. She didn't know how to swim. She wanted to learn. She called up the pool. Do you teach adults how to swim? She asked. The instructor said, yes, we teach adults how to swim. We teach kids how to swim. We teach everyone how to swim. She asked, how much? How much do you charge? She asked. We charge only $25 for adults, the instructor said. She gave him her name. He put her name on the swim class list. You are on the swim class list, he said. Your first lesson is Saturday at noon. Bring $25 and a towel, she asked. That all I need to bring? He asked. I'm sorry. Bring your swimsuit too. He liked that idea. He lived in a nursing house. I don't have anything to do, he told the nurse. Why don't you watch TV? She asked. I hate watching TV. TV is nothing but reruns, he said. Why don't you play chess? She asked. I hate playing chess, he said. I always lose. Why don't you play cards? She asked. I hate playing cards. The others always cheat, he said. But don't you read a book? She asked. I hate reading books, he said. They give me a headache. Why don't you take a nice walk? She asked. I hate taking walks, he said. It's always too hot outside. Why don't you take a nap? She asked. That's a good idea, he said. I like taking naps. Job training, but no job. Many homeless people were sitting on the sidewalk. A young man walked up to each homeless person. He gave each person a flyer. The flyer was from the trade school. The flyer described a class. The trade school was offering a barber class. The class was free for homeless people. Matt read the flyer. He talked to the man. Matt said he wanted to take the class. The man wrote down Matt's name. He told Matt to go to school on Monday. How long does the class last? Matt asked. The class lasts 8 weeks. The man said, Will the school find me a job? Matt asked. No, you'll have to find your own job. The man said, We can only do so much. Bird up. Brad was angry. He was angry at the apartment building manager. The apartment building manager had kicked him out. If you can't pay the rent, the manager said, I have to kick you out. But I always pay the rent on time. Brad said, That's nice, but you're supposed to always pay the rent on time, said the manager. One evening, Brad drove the gas to the gas station. He bought a gallon of gas. He put the gas into the gas can. He waited until 11 p.m. The manager lived in the corner apartment. His apartment was on ground floor. Brad waited until the manager's light went out. He poured all the gas in a hole near the manager's door. He lit a match. Meet halfway. He stopped at the motel. It was late at night. It was almost midnight. He asked the motel clerk, Do you have a vacant room? She said she had a vacant room. He asked how much it is. She said it was $100 for a night. But the night is half over, he said. Can I pay half price for the room? She said yes. But there's one condition, she said. If we only get half, you only get half. You must sleep on only one half of the bed. You can only use one of the 2 pillows. The bathroom has hot and cold water faucets. You can't use only one faucet. The cable TV has 100 channels. You can watch only 15 channels. Starving artist. I'm not coming to this art fair again, said Molly. Why aren't you coming to this art fair again? Asked Terry. There aren't any enough visitors," Molly said. "That's for sure," said Terry. "There aren't enough visitors spending money." "That's for sure," said Molly. Visitors stopped and looked at Molly's painting. Visitors stopped and looked at Terry's painting. Visitors said Molly's painting were very nice. Visitors said Terry's painting were very nice, but no one bought anything. "No one buys anything?" said Molly. "They stop, they look, they say, 'Oh, how pretty!' Then they walk on." Molly and Terry had not sold one painting. They lowered their price. They put sale 55 off tax on all the painting, but no one bought a single painting. Believe the chief. The police chief said crime was down. "Crime is down," said the police chief. Braden. He talked to TV reporters. He talked to newspaper reporters. He talked to radio reporters. He was proud. "I'm proud," he said. "Our police are doing a good job. I'm proud of our police." He said crime was down 55%. "What kinds of crime?" asked the reporter. "All kinds of crime," said Braden. "Bicycle theft is down 60%. Cell phone theft is down 55%. Computer theft is down 50%. He didn't say anything about other crime. "How about other crimes?" asked the reporter. "What other crimes?" asked Braden. "You should be happy with this news. Report is to the public. The public will be happy too." A hoot in a hoodie. The man walked into the bank. He wore a hoodie. He wore gloves. It was summertime. It was hot outside. No one else was wearing a hoodie. No one else was wearing gloves. The bank manager asked, "Why are you wearing gloves?" The man said he had a disease. He had a contagious disease. He coughed. He coughed again. The bank manager backed away. He did not want to get a disease. He stopped watching the man. He watched other people enter the bank. He forgot about the man with the contagious disease. A few minutes later, the man ran out the bank. He was carrying a money bag. Speaking English. Alex waited to become a citizen. Alex waited to become a citizen. He signed up for a citizenship class. He went to the first class. The teacher spoke only Spanish. All the other students spoke only Spanish. Alex spoke Spanish too. He asked the teacher, "Why are you speaking Spanish?" We need to speak English, he said. We need to understand English. We need to read English. We need to write English, the teacher said. Don't worry, English isn't important anymore. My students never failed the interview. Can you say yes in English? Can you say no in English? Yeah, and your English is good enough. You want to become a citizen. That is more important than your English. Alex dropped out. He signed up for another citizenship class. The teacher spoke only English. A cool laptop. His laptop sat on his desk. His laptop always overhead heat. Is always overheat quickly. How could he keep it cool? He turned on his living room fan. It cooled his laptop. The fan blew dust around. It blew paper around. He turned off his living room fan. He thought some more. Somehow. How could he keep his laptop cool? He had an idea. He bought little plastic blocks. Each block was 1 inch square. He put the laptop on the top of the blocks. 1 block was under each corner of the laptop. Now the laptop sat a little above the desk. There was space under the laptop. There was space for cool air to flow. The cool air prevented overheating. From hot to hot. The day was hot. The night was hot. He turned on the living room fan. He turned on the dining room fan. Both fans were on high speed. They made a lot of noise, but they didn't blow cool air. They blew hot air. They blew hot air everywhere. He turned off the fans. He turned on the air conditioner. He closed all the windows. He closed the front door. The apartment began to cool down. It got cooler and cooler. Then he heard a bang. Bang. It was a loud bang. He thought a plane had crashed onto the roof, but it wasn't a plane. It was the air conditioner compressor. It had broken down. He opened the door. He opened the window. Lost and found. He couldn't find his pen. Where is my pen? He wondered. He looked for his pen. It was on top of the microwave. He couldn't find his cell phone. Where's my cell phone? He wondered. He looked for his cell phone. It was on top of the TV. He couldn't find his glasses. Where are my glasses? He wondered. He looked for his glasses. They were on top of his head. I'm tired for looking for everything, he thought. I'll invent a tiny video recorder. It recorded everything he did. It recorded everywhere he went. He couldn't find his toothbrush. Where's my toothbrush? He wondered. He played his tiny video recorder. He found his toothbrush. He didn't have to look for it. They deliver. He called up the post pullers. Where's my package? He asked. What is the tracking number? The postal window asked. He told her the tracking number. She said, "Your package is at the main post office. You can pick it up anytime." He said, "I don't want to pick it up." "Can you deliver it?" She said. "We will deliver it on Monday," she said. "Will you be home?" He said. "What time on Monday?" she said. "Any time between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. He said. "I have to work. I can't stay home all day," she said. "That's okay. We can deliver it on Tuesday," he said. "I have to work on Tuesday too. Please deliver it on Saturday." A brush with God. He dropped his toothbrush. It fell on the floor. He picked up his toothbrush. He rinsed it on. He brushed his teeth. He rinsed his mouth. He walked out of the bathroom. He sat on his bed. He felt something. It was under the sheet. He took the sheet of the bed. Something was in his mattress. It was a brand new mattress. He had brought it yesterday. What is in the mattress? He wondered. He went to the kitchen. He took a knife from the kitchen drawer. He cut open the mattress. What could it be? He wondered. It was small. It was black. It was a book. It was the New Testament book. Is God trying to tell me something? He wondered. The pier couldn't run. Some people stood on the smaller pier. They saw a boat approach. The boat was approaching fast. The boat was approaching the small pier. Was the boat going to stop? People started running. They started running off the pier. They were worried. They were worried about the boat. The boat kept coming. It didn't slow down. One man stood on the pier. He didn't run. He yelled at the boat. He waved his arms. He yelled, "Stop! Stop! You are going to crash." But the boat didn't stop. It kept coming. The man kept yelling. The boat kept coming. Is the driver drunk? The man wondered. He ran as fast as he could. He ran off the pier. The boat crashed into the pier. Does it hurt? Jenny went to the lake. She went to the lake with her dad. It was a big lake. It was a big blue lake. It had lots of water in it. It had lots of fish in it. Big fish were in the lake. Little fish were in the lake. Jenny didn't see any fish." "I don't see any fish. Where are the fish, Daddy?" she asked. "They're swimming around. They're looking for food," her dad said. Dad put a worm on the hook. "Does the hook hurt the worm?" Jenny asked. "No, the hook doesn't hurt the worm," her dad said. "How do you know?" she asked. "How do I know?" her dad asked. "Well, the worm doesn't say anything, so I guess the hook doesn't hurt it," Jenny said. "But you can." "But how can the worm say anything, Daddy? The worm can't talk." A quiet pet. Lisa liked to visit her friends. All her friends had a pet. Her friends had dogs. Her friends had cats. Her friends had birds. Lisa didn't have any pets. She didn't have a dog. She didn't have a cat. She didn't have a bird. "Can I have a dog, Daddy?" Lisa said. Daddy said no. He said a dog barked too much. "Can I have a cat, Daddy?" Lisa asked. Daddy said no. He said a cat meowed too much. "Can I have a bird?" Lisa asked. Daddy said no. He said a bird sang too much. "All my friends have a pet. Can I have just one pet?" she asked. "Okay," Daddy said, "but it must be a quiet pet. I will buy you a quiet pet." A quiet pet. He went to the pet store. He brought a pet. He gave Lisa a new pet. "Daddy, it's a goldfish," Lisa said. School starts. It was the first day of school. Peter was in the first grade. He got on the school bus. It was a big yellow school bus. He did not know the kids on the bus. The kids on the bus did not know him. Many kids were talking. They were talking with one another. Peter sat in the seat by himself. He sat alone. He looked out the window. His mom was standing outside the window. He waved goodbye to his mom. She waved goodbye to him. The bus took off. The bus was going to school. And another boy sat down next to Peter. He said hello to Peter. Peter said hello to him. The boy's name was Eddie. He was in the first grade. He said he was a new student. He didn't know anyone. Peter said he was a new student too. He didn't know anyone too. Go to the park. Chuck. Paul wanted to go to the park after dinner. His mom wanted him to stay home after dinner. He didn't want him to go to the park. He said it was dark at the park. But Paul said it wasn't dark at the park. There were lights at the park, Mom, he said. But she said there were only a few lights at the park. She said there were many dark places in the park. Bad people go to the park at the night, she said. Bad people doing bad things. They do bad things to good people. You are good people. I don't want something bad to happen with you. Paul said, Nothing bad will happen with me. I will go with my 2 friends. We will be together. All 3 of us will be together. We will stay always from the dark places. We will stay under the lights. A good meal. The children were hungry. They looked out the window. Where was their mother? She walked into the house. The children ran over to her. Mama, we're so hungry. They both said. She said lunch was coming. She walked into the kitchen. She opened a can of kitchen soup. She poured the soup into a pot. She added water. She put the pot on the stove. She made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwich. She sliced an apple. The soup was hot. She poured into 2 bowls. She put the sandwich on 2 plates. She put apple slices on each plate. She put the bowl and plate on the table. The children ran to the table. Thank you, Mommy, they said. Then they started eating. The cat and the dog watched them eat. Birds and a baby. The baby was lying on her back. A blue bird flew in through the window. The blue bird had blue eyes. It sat down on the baby crib. The bird had a bell around his neck. The bell rang. The baby smiled. The baby reached for the bell. The bird shook its head. The bell fell off the bird's neck. It fell next to the baby. The baby picked up the bell. The baby rang the bell. Another blue bird flew into the window. This blue bird also has blue eyes. The baby had brown eyes. The blue bird looked at the baby. The baby looked at the bird. The baby rang the bell again. Both birds flew away. The baby started to cry. His mom came into the room. The baby smiled. The mom saw the bell. She asked the baby where the bell came from. The baby pointed at the window. Her 10th birthday. It was Emily's 10th birthday. She was 10 years old. She was so happy. I'm so happy, she said. I'm finally 10. 10 is 2 number. 10 is an adult number. 10 is a grow-up number. I'm an adult now. I'm a grow-up. I used to be 9. 9 is a kid number. 9 is for kids. I'm not a kid anymore. Her sister, Irene, said, Of course, you're still kids. Teenagers are kids. You are not even a teenager yet. You in 5th grade. 5th grade is for kids. 12th grade is for kids too. When you are 18, you will be 12th grade. You will still be a kid. You will be a kid for 8 more years. Emily said no. You are kids. You are only 7. 7 is a kid. Aaron said he wasn't 7. She said she was 7.5.